Good morning, good morning, good morning. Great morning. I'm Angela Thornton. Welcome to Wise Word Ministries. Praying through to breakthrough. It's our time of prayer and teaching and intercession and all those other good things. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. We are going through a book that I have come to thoroughly enjoy called Life Without Lack, Living in the Fullness. I'll go that way, of the 23rd Psalm by Dallas Willard. And he has some really good stuff. And in the process of that, we have been reading the 23rd Psalm in various translations. We've done the Passion, we've done the King James, of course, the English Standard, the New American Standard. We've done the Voice translation, which I was not familiar with. And today we're doing the Living Bible translation, which is different than the New Living Testament translation. So I thank you for joining me. How about if I went to the comments? I could see them. Yes, happy Sunday. So today, the Living Bible, verse 1, reads like this. In fact, when I read it, I recognized it not so much from the translation, but many of you may remember many years ago, um, Andre Crouch did a song about the 23rd Psalm. Thank you. My good friend Deborah, that you see on here as Yassie Pat, who has been braiding my hair since her now college age daughter, freshman, was strapped to her back. And so 4 children later, Deborah came over yesterday and braided the gray mane and reminded me that when I take them out, to be sure not to cut my hair, because I almost always do. But Andre Crouch did a song, and his sister Sandra led the song, Because the Lord is My Shepherd, I have everything I need. I just can remember her saying, He lets me rest in the meadow's grass and leads me beside the quiet streams. He gives me strength and helps me to do what honors him the most because I am saved. Yeah, y'all remember that song. Well, it came from here, this translation. And it says, even when walking through the valley of death, thank you, Patrice, safe in his arms. I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. And here comes guarding and guarding all along the way. Here comes provision. You provide delicious food for me in the presence of my enemies. You have welcomed me as your guest. Blessings overflow. Your goodness and unfailing kindness shall be with me all my life, and afterwards I will live with you forever in your home. Thank y'all. Yassie Pat, they love my braids. Deborah, they love my braids. Right? And these are knotless, so not one of them is tight. But Deborah has braided my hair long enough to know, as she said, oh, she would tell you if they're too tight. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. So, yeah, trying to get into my Amazon account and I don't remember the password because I was going to play the song. But in any event, but in order for you to have the kind of faith that believes Because the Lord is your shepherd, I have everything I need. You got to have faith. You have to have faith. You have to know how to trust God when everything looks like it's going sideways. We have to remember that our words have power. Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. Living the life without lack. And most of the time, when we start thinking of everything, we're not thinking of resting in the meadow grass and being led beside no quiet streams. We're not thinking about new strength, old strength, kind of used strength, yesterday strength. Mm-mm. He helps me to do what honors him the most. We ain't think about that. We're thinking about what we need, like right now. But to have faith is literally to have reliance on something, an attitude and action. And it doesn't always have to be God. You have faith, most of us, in our vehicles. Then when you get in it, turn it or mash said button, it's going to start. You have faith for that it's going to start. You do. But here's the thing. Because if you didn't, you would start worrying. If you got a car that you don't think it's going to start, then you start trying to figure out, well, who can I call if this thing stop on me on the road? Who can... It dictates your action. Your level of faith dictates the kind of action you will take. If you got a brand new car, you don't think twice. You get in it. If you're still using a key, you turn it or not. You hit the starter button. You don't think about it. You get in it. You think it's going to go boom. You have faith that it's going to happen. Faith is reliance. It's revealed in your attitude and your action. But if your car is like one of ours, because we have two cars. One of them we've had since 1997, since 2007. The car is now 14 years old. You have faith that it's going to start sometimes. But you also are not sure if it's going to keep starting. You start hearing noises and like, what's that noise? So you start thinking about, am I close to an exit? Can I get to the mechanic? How far away is AAA? Fortunately, the car runs good, but it dictates your action and your attitude. The same thing with your faith in God. Your attitude is based on the posture of your faith. Your actions are based on the posture of your attitude. How you love God, how you have trust in him, how you have faith in him dictates what you say and do. So it dictates how you believe that because the Lord is my shepherd. Because there's something else. Well, because he's my shepherd, I have everything I need. Because that means I'm already saying, it's a whole lot of other stuff going on. You're my mother, you're my father. But because God is my shepherd, I have everything I need. It's going to dictate how I move in the world. It's going to dictate how I show up in love. Because some folks say they love you, but it's in words and not action. And the thing about it is you can't escape faith, period. You got faith that when you go to work, your employer is going to pay you. What they said, what y'all agreed on when you agreed on it. It dictates how you show up. Because if you don't think they're going to pay you, well, guess what? The way you do the work that you're supposed to be showing up for is a little different than if your faith said, I believe that these people are going to do exactly what they said and pay me exactly what they said, like they said, every week, every 2 weeks, every 30 days, however you get paid. I trust that. I believe that. And when you don't, you have a problem. You have a problem. You have a problem. And unfortunately, we often have a problem. Because our faith doesn't line up. Our words don't line up with, because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. And one of the things the author did is he talked about the three faiths of Job. I didn't know that Job had three different kinds of faith, but when reading it, I understood it. The faith of propriety. Job's faith went from ritualistic to relationship. The faith of propriety is ritualistic. It says, as long as I do everything right, I'm going to maintain my faith. As long as I do everything right, God is going to be all right and nothing is going to happen. But I got to do everything right. It's genuine, but it's on ritual. I got to get everything right if I'm going to reap the benefits of what the Lord has promised. Well, when trouble struck, Job realized he hadn't done anything wrong. So his faith went from propriety to desperation. Desperate people cry out to God, because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. I need to cry out to the one who has promised to let me rest in the meadow's grass. Hey, Cynthia, I need to cry out to the one who has promised, Donna, to let me rest in the meadow's grass and to lead me beside the quiet stream. I must cry out to the one who gives me strength and help me to do what's going to honor him, because in my own right now, God, it's not happening. I'm having a Job moment. Satan around here talking about, I'm roaming to see who I can get, and you down here talking about, well, have you considered, and that you considered Donna? What? He's like, no, but I know if I touch her, she'll leave you. Well, you can take everything she got, but don't touch her. Boom, kids gone, possessions gone, wealth gone, wife crazy. Come back. You considered Donna again. You considered Cynthia. Well, you can touch her, but you can't kill her. What? You can touch LaTanya, but you can't kill her. So now you got boils, and the whole town is looking at you like you did something wrong. You become desperate enough, Rochelle, that you start crying out, where is this meadow grass? Where this quiet stream? Because Lord knows I need some new strength right long up in here. I don't want to dishonor you. And in all of that, Job never dishonored God. He didn't. He held on like an old soldier. He didn't sin, but he didn't have peace in his faith. He didn't have peace in his faith, because his friends, well-meaning as they were, start saying to him, you had to have done something. And Job didn't curse God, but he did curse the day he was born. He didn't curse God, but he did curse the day he was born. Job never gave up on propriety, believing that he needed to do everything right. But he did switch over to desperation, because now I got to cry out. For God, I'm going to live. He got to cry out. The world didn't give it to me. He got the Lord gave me this strength. Because when stuff start going real bad, we can sometimes start blaming God and giving up on God, and stop remembering, because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. Stop remembering that his goodness and an unfailing kindness is with me all my life, and I'm going to live with you forever. We stop remembering that he's welcomed me as his guest and blessings overflow. We stop remembering that he lets me rest in meadow grass and lead me beside quiet streams, because quite frankly, ain't nothing quiet, and everything is burnt down and dry in my eyes. God knew, though, that Job had the faith, and it was maturing from ritualistic to desperation. Job said it this way, though he slay me, yet I will trust him. That's the faith of a desperate man, because the Lord is my shepherd. Though they slay me, because the Lord is my shepherd. Though the enemy rises up against me, because the Lord is my shepherd. Like a flood, He gonna lift up a standard, so I'm gonna have everything I need. Because the Lord is my shepherd. Job didn't say, well, if God don't give it to me, then I'm gonna just say he ain't God and I can't trust it. No, because the Lord is my shepherd, though they slay me, yet will I trust him. Because the Lord is my shepherd, though I've lost all 10 of my kids, my wife saying, curse God, I've lost my good name in the community. I've lost my wealth. I've lost my possessions. I am now a leper. I'm now looked at as undesirable. Where I used to sit in the city center and everyone came to me for wisdom and advice, they're assuming now that I have no wisdom, I have no knowledge, I have no understanding. Clearly, I must have sinned, or God would not have done this thing to me. I have nothing. But though they slay me, yet will I trust him. Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. And so because Job trusted God, we learn that faith of desperation, good morning, Etta, that trusting faith, it digs in deep, it holds on, it clings tight. It says, I don't care what's going to happen, I'm holding on to God. You've ever seen a toddler hold on to the neck of their parent or somebody they don't want to let go? A toddler got the strength of 3 grown men. You can't pry their hands loose. You take their hand off, they whip their leg around you. You move their leg, they tie their arm. That's how Job was. Job's like, though they slay me, yet will I trust him. I'm going to dig in. I'm going to hold on. Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need, the Living Bible says. Job felt that thing. He going to let me rest in the meadow grass and lead me beside the quiet stream. He gonna give me new strength and help me to do what honor him the most. So I'm not going to curse God, even though I might curse the day I was born. I'm not going to curse God, even though right now I don't have a lot of peace in this faith I have. Job's friends, and let me tell you, you got some friends like Job, you might like, listen, I don't need friends. If this what we do, I don't need friends like y'all. Desperate faith is about trusting God when everything starts shaking and falling apart. See, the life without lack for real is known by those, Mr. Willard says, who have learned how to trust God in the moment of their need. In the moment of the need, not before the moment of the need, not after the moment of the need, but in the moment of the need, when everything else is gone, when everybody else is gone. It is then that you know the reality of, because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. See, life without lack really is about knowing the unlimited sufficiency in the moment of your need. In the moment of your need. Even when bad stuff happened, you think about the New Testament saints, some of whom was sawed in half, they still had what they needed. They had their faith, they had their trust, that no matter what happened, God was still with them, even when it didn't go their way. When you have nowhere else to turn except to God, and you turn to him, that faith of desperation will meet the fullness of God, and you will taste this life without lack, because the Lord is my shepherd. I don't know if anybody has ever been in a situation where you felt like, I don't have anywhere else to go. I'm at my wit's end. God, if you don't help me, if you don't fix it, if you don't come through, I have hit beyond the bottom. I done hit beyond the rocks. I done dug up the rocks and laying in the dirt, and the rocks are on top of me, and I am at this place of desperation because the Lord is my shepherd. I have everything I need. So I'm just going to lay here to this here green, this grass become meadow grass and quiet streams. That's all I got. I don't have anything else. I don't have anybody else. I don't have anywhere to turn. I don't have nobody to talk to. Every resource is dried up. like the Sahara, dried up like the salt desert, ain't nothing but dust. And it is then that you get to the faith of sufficiency. That faith of sufficiency. Even when friends like Job start, talking and carrying on, you're supposed to shut up. But then when God shows up, that faith of sufficiency, where you understand that God is all sufficient, that his grace is sufficient unto you. Even when God said to Job, let me ask you something, bro. Where was you when I put the stars in the sky? 2 whole chapters. Where were you when I created the moon? Where were you when I separated the firmament? Where were you when I did? What were you? When God says, shall the one who contend with me correct me? Really? He who rebukes God, let him answer. And here's the thing, God didn't say what Job said was wrong. What he said was Job didn't understand what he was talking about. So I need you, Job, to hear what I'm trying to tell you. God didn't say he was wrong. He just said you didn't understand what you were saying. And we're like that sometimes. What we say without understanding. Yeah. Thank you, Annette. What we say without understanding. You ever been in class and you had the right answer, but the teacher said, now tell me how you got to it? You know the answer, but you can't explain how you came to get to the answer. That's what God was saying. Job, what you're saying is not wrong, but how you got there. We got to live through things like Job did. We got to go from propriety, a faith of propriety, to a faith of desperation, to a faith of sufficiency. And when you get to the place of the faith of sufficiency, the focus is no longer on you. It is strictly on God. Here's what we note what Job did not say after he saw God. Because most of the time when somebody in the Bible said they saw God, they're like, Lord, I haven't seen God, I'm going to die because no man can see God and live. Job said, I've seen God and I've seen myself. And you can't truly see yourself until you see God. And if we're going to know the sufficiency of God, we got to focus on God. And so you get back to, because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. It is all He is my all sufficiency. In my time of desperation, in my time of propriety, I understand when I get to sufficiency, I don't have to get everything right for Him to bless me, to get the benefit of Him being my shepherd. If He has everything I need, He's not concerned with me being perfect. And He wants me to move from a place of desperation and just know that I can have a life without lack because I have sufficiency in Him. And my focus is on Him. As the writer of Hebrews says, the author and finisher of my faith. So I'm learning to put my focus on God and not on me, to keep my focus on Him and not on my problem, my circumstance, my issue. And I'm telling you from what I know, it is not easy because we are human. Desperation can help you. If y'all remember the woman who came and said, look, my daughter is demon possessed and I need you to help her. And Jesus was ignoring her. And then the crumbs, and she was like, well, the crumbs, the dog eating better. The crumbs, I take the crumb if you gonna heal my daughter. Oh, she came desperate. She wasn't caring nothing about being cute, which y'all had to say. And while we think what He did was cruel, she said, I came because I was desperate. I needed my daughter delivered. You can say whatever mean thing you want to say, but you're going to deliver my daughter because the Lord is my shepherd. I have everything I need. You're going to make my daughter whole so she can rest in this meadow grass, so she can be led beside quiet streams and these demons that are possessing her and overwhelming her. Because if that's what you're going to do, then I don't really care nothing about what you're going to say. Are you going to provide food for me in the presence of my enemies? I'm good with that. And when we walking through the dark valley of death, I don't have to be afraid because you're close, you're guiding, leading, providing, protecting me. Because the Lord is my shepherd. I have everything. Everything that I need. Everything. Everything. I don't need anything else. Because what else do I need if I have the Lord? What else I need? Whom else do I need? Because he has unlimited resources. He is the source of all things. And because he has unlimited resources, he will make sure that every resource I need, I have. So, because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. Because the Lord is your shepherd, you have everything you need. Yeah, what else you gonna need that he don't have? What else? So if you think of a need, can you think of a need that the Lord can't meet? Can you think of a time that you've had a need and the Lord didn't meet it? Can you think of a time where he has lied about being your shepherd? No, we can't. We cannot. No matter how hard we try. He'll supply all your needs according to his riches in glory. That's what he says. I don't know why Amazon Music is trying to act janky today. I guess they're having issues. He meets all of our needs. As someone once says, he'll meet all of your needs when you get on your knees. I dare say I don't have to be on my knees to pray. Oh, I don't know why I thought this was Andre Crouch. It was Milton Brunson. Well, I'm going to play this song. And y'all just bear with me because I had to do it through this here YouTube. So it might be a wretched commercial. If you're over the age of 30. I can't stand that. Let me turn this up so y'all can hear. Safe in his arms. Because the Lord is my shepherd. Everything. He lets me rest and leads me beside the quiet stream. He restores my family, and he helps me to do. Yes, sir, edible. Yes, sir. Okay. That's why I'm saved. That's why I'm saved. That's why I'm saved. Saved in his arms. That's why I'm safe. Yes, he is. The billows. Yes, Lord. We shall. We shall. Yes, Lord. Yes, sir. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes. Because the Lord is your shepherd, you have everything you need. Woo! Therefore, you are safe in his arms. Okay, now that we are all sufficiently messed up, our letter for today. Bring your vessels. 2 Kings 4:3. Then he said, go borrow vessels from everywhere, from all your neighbors, empty vessels. Do not gather, just a few. You determine your own harvest. Show me your appetite. Bring your empty vessels to me. Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. Name each vessel. Whatever you choose to name them, this is what I will fill them with. He provides, protects, directs. The direction is go get the vessel. The provision is fill it, name it. Whatever you choose to name it, that's what I'm going to fill it with. It ain't even your job to fill the vessel. You just go get it. His provision is whatever you name it, that is what he will fill it with. What do you lack? What are we reading? A life without lack. In the words of Rochelle, you can't make this stuff up. What do you lack? Bring me a vessel. What do you need? Bring me a vessel. What do you want to change about your life? Bring me a vessel. What dreams do you need to see happen? Bring me a vessel. Where do you want me to take you on your walk with me? Bring me a vessel. Do you need your family healed or blessed? Do you want a breakthrough in your finances? Do you want me to open certain doors of opportunity? Bring me a vessel. Bring all the vessels you want to bring. I don't run out of answers, miracles, or surprises. Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. I have everything I need. Whew. I want you to need me I want you to depend on me. I want you to be the happiest person in the world. Bring me your vessels, not just a few. Bring me your vessels, not just a few. Bring me your vessels, not just a few. Our Father, who art in heaven, we thank you. We hallow your name because you are our shepherd. We have everything we need. We ask that your kingdom would come, your will would be done, that it is on earth as it has already been decided before the foundation of the world in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. So as we bring our vessels to you, naming them one by one, not just a few, thank you that you do not run out of answers, resources. You don't run out of miracles. You don't run out of surprises. And as we depend on you, thank you for filling our vessels. We thank you that you'll lead us not into temptation, that you won't allow anything to happen that we are unable to stand and bear. But even though we may walk through some dark days, we are not afraid because you are with us, guarding and guiding us, provision, protection, direction all the way. Deliver us from the hand of the one who roamed the earth seeking whom he may devour. We thank you that even if you allow him to do anything, you've dictated how far he can go. So we thank you. And we say it's your kingdom. For you are in control of all things, everything, at all times, everywhere, for all people. So as you fill my vessel, you will fill all the other vessels of those connected to the Wise Word family. Everybody's vessel will overflow with an abundance. Our cup will runneth over because it is your power. Only you are God who could do this thing. And it is your glory. So we will always say, thank you, Lord. We will always say it is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. We thank you that when it's all said and done, we have a promise that we will indeed live with you in the house of the Lord forever. Because while we are on this side, your goodness, your mercy, your unfailing kindness will pursue us and be with us all the days of our life. It is in the name of Jesus we have prayed. Amen. To God be all of the glory. Have an amazing day of worship, and I will see you in the morning.